Thank you for the fundraising.
Bishop Bolden, would you please lead us?
Sure. Gracious Father, Lord, we thank you for once again being able to serve this great city and to speak blessings over this entire city for the coming year. And thank you for our new elected mayor. Bless us as we go forward. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Play ball.
It's about the way it's going tonight, isn't it?
Close.
It is.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Deeds.
Here.
Bolden.
Here.
McCleary.
Oh, here.
Sansing.
Here.
Ray.
Here.
Mashburn.
Here.
Trailer.
Here.
Twitty.
Here.
Kinman.
Here.
Raines.
Here.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone is present, sir.
Thank you. All right, you've got your minutes from December 15th in your packet. We'll be voting on those next meeting. Entertain a motion to accept or amend the minutes from December 1st.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Minutes are approved. Next item of business is consent agenda. Do I have a motion regarding the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we've got ordinance 1717, waiving of competitive bidding, Jacksonville Police Department license plate readers and subscription services.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we put ordinance 1717 on the first reading.
Second.
All right, we've got a first and a second. All in for, no, we're going to
Roll call. Councilmember Deeds.
Yay.
Bolden.
Hey.
McCleary. Sansing.
Aye.
Ray.
Aye.
Mashburn.
Aye.
Trailer.
Aye.
Twitty.
Aye.
Kinman. Raines.
Aye. Ordinance number 1717, an ordinance waiving competitive bidding for the Jacksonville Police Department license plate readers and subscription services for appropriate implementation and access for department and city of Jacksonville representatives, declaring an emergency and for other purposes.
Chief Hibbs, address this.
All right, this is for license plate readers. It's part of our crime center that we're building. And right in the middle of planning, been planning on this since summer. I've been working with Jonesboro, Motorola, and Critical Edge as a vendor. We're going to have 20 quad cameras around town, intersections in high crime areas, 4 or 5 in Sunnyside, Johnson Park, Dupree Park, and some of our most traveled intersections will have cameras. These are standalone license plate readers, which we don't. We have one right now. It's a different brand, and I'm not really happy with the performance of that one. These are Motorola's. The system, the camera system I'm putting in is Motorola system. It's Motorola Ava security system. It's cloud-based, and being that it's Motorola, these license plate readers are also Motorola, and this system will integrate with each other. And I know we'll try not to waive competitive bidding, but I have done the homework on this system, and these are the ones that I do want. The price is good. I'll tell you that it's a 5-year deal, about $12,000 each for 5 years. The one that we bought was $13,000 just by itself. This includes service, air card, if you get shot, stolen, replacements for up to 5 years, everything. So I think it's a pretty good deal. But I'm running out of time because right in the middle of planning this, around September, October, Motorola changed their purchasing, and I can no longer purchase these through the vendor, which is what we were planning. I have to now purchase them directly from Motorola, which messed up my pricing and quotes and everything. So what happened is I ran out of time, and I have to have this money spent by the end of the month because this is 2022 ARPA money was rolled into my budget, and I don't have time for bids and all that stuff. Even if I did, this is the system I would want because it integrates with everything else I'm doing with the rest of the system. eventually, it's going to be a crime data center, but eventually, I want to build it into sort of a real-time crime center type of thing.
Need a motion to accept on first reading, suspend the rules, and place on second
Second.
reading. All right. Roll call.
Councilmember Deeds.
Aye.
Bolden.
Aye.
McCleary.
Aye.
Sansing.
Aye.
Ray.
Aye.
Mashburn.
Aye.
Trailer.
Aye.
Twitty. Kinman. Raines.
Aye.
Motion carried. Entertain a motion to accept on second reading,
So moved.
suspend the rules, and place on
Second.
third and final reading. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Councilmember Deeds.
Aye.
Bolden.
Aye.
McCleary. Sansing.
Aye.
Ray.
Aye.
Mashburn.
Aye.
Trailer.
Aye.
Twitty. Kinman. Raines.
Aye.
And entertain a motion to approve and adopt.
So moved. Second.
Need a roll call?
That comes next.
Madam Clerk, roll call.
Councilmember Deeds.
Aye.
Bolden.
Aye.
McCleary. Sansing.
Aye.
Ray. 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 Aye. Mashburn.
Aye.
Trailer.
Aye.
Twitty.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Kinman. Raines.
Aye.
Motion carried. And then, motion to attach the emergency clause.
So moved.
Second.
I'll answer this time.
First and second. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Deeds.
Aye.
Bolden.
Aye.
McCleary. Sansing.
Aye.
Ray.
Aye.
Mashburn.
Aye.
Trailer.
Aye.
Twitty. Kinman. Raines.
Aye.
So motion carried. Ordinance 1717 waiving competitive bidding has been adopted. Next item of business is request to accept bid for Dupree Park repairs. Parks and Rec Director Kevin House. Kevin, will you come forward, please?
We're asking to request the low bid. This is on the repairs at Dupree out of the ARP funds as well. Put it out to bid. We had four bids turned in. Low bid, they met specs, and we've actually worked with this company in the past. It'll be a good fit.
Motion to accept low bid.
Second.
I have a question. What are we fixing?
Several areas, roofs on all concessions, pavilion that's falling in by Field 2 is coming down and rebuilt. The wall on Field 1 is being repaired and painted. Dugout covers on several of the field. It's scattered throughout the park. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, kid, is any, bathroom renovation stuff in there?
It'll be just painting, nothing, no major remodels in the bathrooms, but it'll just painting and cleaning them, sprucing them up.
Is it any future stuff to do anything to the bathroom? Not that they need a bunch, it's
I think what we're gonna do, we'll look at them, give us a few months and look at them and then let me know.
okay.
Yeah.
Any further discussion, questions?
I just have one little discussion. So we get a lot of this stuff brought before us, and there's nothing wrong with that, and I know we took the low bids. But I would really like it if we had a little bit of information on the background.
Oh, my God.
Just from now on, later reference, but everybody, you know, if you're gonna want us to do roofs and all this stuff, I'd like to have it from you. This is what we're doing, we're taking the low bid, because like Mary, she didn't know, I didn't know. I just like to know what we're investing our money in, which is fine. I know y'all do your good job, I appreciate it.
And I don't mind, I can email you guys all
Yeah, I would
the
like
bid
to
that
know.
was sent out, yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'd just like to know, I want to be informed.
Yeah, no
Thank you.
problem.
Also, if we could get sometimes pictures of some of the stuff that needs to be replaced or fixed, it would help, you know, also the citizens to see that as well.
Is this gonna be done in a timeframe?
Council members, let me remind you to use mics, please.
Before busy season, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions? We've got a motion and a second, so all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Councilmember Deeds, you want to address us with animal control building improvements?
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor.
I'd been talking with them at, last meeting, we had Jay McCarthy that had showed up and was willing to,
Is your mic on?
yeah, says it is.
I guess
Am I speaking too loud?
you might need to get closer.
Okay, so Jay,
Look closer.
look,
A little closer.
so Jay McCarthy came and after the meeting, he contacted me and was interested, and he said he was really serious about helping us on the animal shelter building, and we really needed to do that. And it hit me that, you know, with what we do and all the help that we get for the animal shelter, I thought it was something that I needed to look into with him, and I talked to him a couple times. So I'm not asking for us to do it at this point. What I'm asking for, after talking to him today, he has a pretty good amount of money already committed to help us, and you know, which is anytime you can get someone to do a big amount and do the work, and they have people lined up, I think we need to look into it. I did explain to him that, you know, we might have some help with our city people, but we for sure had to make sure that we protected the city and everything we did with the workers and with the people they had. And he said, I have the people to take the bottom wall down. I have the ability to do the top, but it would really be nice. And he's talking in the amount of contributing $60,000 or $70,000, and I think that would be a great help, and I think we need it for the animal shelter. I told him I would get approval from the city council and get a committee of a couple other people that was interested in meeting with myself and Jay, and then we'd run it by the city attorney to protect us and Mr. Mayor there, and make sure we want to do everything in compliance. So at this point, I'm just asking that I'm bringing it up in like a committee, and then at the next meeting, we could bring it back up and see if we're interested in doing it.
Could I ask a question?
Yeah.
I know you said some city people volunteering.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if our manpower was able to handle that.
If they're not, he says he has the people. But if we had the city manpower, we could save some more money on the cost, is what I was looking at. We're looking at 160, maybe 170,000, we don't know. But, you know, anytime we get a match and to do something that benefits our city, and to be honest, that animal shelter needs to be updated some. So if we got that kind of help, that would be, I think, wonderful. So I'm just asking, anybody would want to be on the committee with me, Mary and Joy, anybody, I'm happy to have you.
I'd love to.
Yeah, they're at us down here.
Okay, got three, we'll take, yeah, Kevin, and take Rose and Joy and Mary, and we'll do it, and, yeah. And we're gonna, I told him I'd want to sit down and get the guidelines of what we were gonna do, you know, have a proposal, the cost, who was doing it, to make sure that we were in compliance to protect the city and everything we did. And I talked to him today, and he said that would be fine. So I'm good with that, if y'all are.
We'll let you get back to us on that.
Yeah, I'll get back with us next month. We'll put it all again together and have a proposal. Okay? Thank y'all.
Next item, Councilmember Deeds. Once again, lights in Sunnyside.
Okay, I brought this up last year. I do have a map here. If anybody's interested, I gave everybody one last year of the lots we own and still own, and we're mowing them. I think Kevin would probably vouch he'd like to get rid of them and quit mowing them, wouldn't you, Kevin?
Absolutely.
We really don't have a need for them at this time, and I mapped them out. Most of them are not really even big enough to build any structure on them now. Most of them that were on it, there's no structure. They're dilapidated. They're collecting junk. They used to have 2-bedroom, 1-bath homes on them, which were really small. So I have it mapped out, and what I'm asking for is to get with, once again, the city attorney, and to get permission to investigate, make sure we can clear title and that we can sell these lots. And my first thought is to sell them, if the city council approves it, to sell them to the people that they're next to. By doing that, I would like to make them one lot, to join with that lot, so it wouldn't be, you know, a separate lot. I'd like them to own the lot, and then it's one, so if something happens to their property, it gets sold all at one time. And that would kind of protect the city, and it would make them responsible for the mowing and all the maintenance and everything. And the last time we had talked about that, we can come up with a price, but my idea was $75 or $750 or $1,000 a lot, and offer them to the people that live next door. They benefit them the most. And that's just what I'm asking for, and I'm not asking us to do anything. But next meeting, I will have that set up, but I do have a copy of them all, and a lot of them are real small lots, like 60 foot wide in the front by 80. That's really a small lot. A normal size lot in the city would probably be 120 by 130 or something in that range, 125 by 130. So I have all that mapped if anybody's interested, and if you are, I'll get you a copy. But that was my proposal, to see if we can't get the city out of the mowing business.
Maybe you could have a number, how many lots it was?
Yeah, we have 16 or 17 right now, sir. Yeah, and we do have some other ones, but I concentrated, I can get you a copy, Kevin, from the city. Yeah, I logged them all in, and we have some others in a few other areas, but we were kind of concentrating on that. We do have, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 19 in Sunnyside that we have owned, that we get to maintain and mow. And we have a few others that are meets and bounds, but I thought we'd deal with these first. If it works out good, let's move on and try to get rid of the other ones.
I'd like to make one comment.
Yes, sir.
These are going to some of these are very small, and the city does not need to make money off of them. So even the prices that he mentioned, I think, personally, I think is a little bit high for that area. And just, it'd be a very good time to give back to the citizens, give them a good deal, the people living over there.
I agree. Yes, sir.
Now, I know that we had the instance where there was a gentleman who lived next door to one of those lots that wanted to purchase it. Do we know of any of the other residents currently that are actually interested in purchasing the lot next to them?
There has been a couple people that have brought that up, but I wanted to make sure, Councilmember Rose, that we could clear title for them and sell them first. That's why I said I was wanting to give them the first option.
Right.
And then if they were interested, I will get with Stephanie and we'll get with the clear title and make sure we can let them have the first right.
Could I ask a question?
Sir.
And if the city attorney could check this out for me. Is there a way that we can have it change where if people own those lots and they want to put specifically double wide modular homes on them, that we could authorize that? Because I know you can't do it now, so can that be changed? Do we have the power to change it where if someone has that lot and want to put a nice modular home on there? Or is the state against that?
We can change it, but that would require going to the planning commission first for rezoning. I don't believe it's zoned for that right now.
No, it's not.
And then if the planning commission approved that, then it would come to council for you all to approve that. It is possible, but.
Yeah,
It is doable.
and what I'm saying is, even with the planning commission being involved, then we have stipulations on the type of home that they can put there. Not no, Popeye and Olive Oil type house, but I'm talking about a nice modular home that looks presentable, square footage, et cetera.
Right.
I would suggest
I
that
think
we
that's
get,
something we
that we
need to
get with
proceed.
Adam, our engineer.
So
And
Adam,
we could
that'd be good for
designate-
Adam to do that.
Well, we could designate Sunnyside as an affordable housing overlay district.
Affordable what?
Affordable housing overlay district,
Okay.
which would allow for different types of homes in there.
And I had thought about that, Adam, between we get going on, so many people are buying an acre lot or small lots for these tiny homes
Right.
or double wides. I know a lot of the people or single wides, they think about a trailer and it's just done, but yeah, I'm just saying, but I had come up with that also. And, but
No, I came
your
up before
thoughts.
you did.
Did? I come up with it last year, but I was scared to bring it up.
We was in Burgers, I told you about it.
Okay, Adam,
In short, there is a mechanism we can use. I mean, we could use the plan unit development type mechanism. The tricky part to that is, you're essentially taking action unilaterally without the property owner necessarily being involved. So you're talking about probably need to get all the property owners on board with this plan.
No, what I'm asking is if a property owner has it,
Right.
And they wanna put a double wide over there.
Property owners requesting it.
Yeah.
Right.
Why would we
Because they have
want
all
to
the
start
signs.
allowing trailers in the middle of town?
Not trailer.
Why would we want to? That's what you're saying, a mobile home.
No, not trailer,
Yeah.
double wide modular home.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we,
What's the difference?
On a foundation.
On the foundation.
Okay.
well, and if you can get specific, you either gotta rezone it and take what's given in that by right, zoning by right, or you can do it as a planned unit development, and you can put all those stipulations in there, nice and tidy, I mean, exactly what you want in the planned unit development. Jacksonville, from what I can tell, hasn't used the planned development mechanism very much,
Okay.
or planned unit development. But that's a really perfect mechanism for, irregular, small, infill type lots like that, I mean, they're already non-conforming. I mean, so even replatting them becomes a little bit problematic because they gotta come in and ask for a variance almost
Right.
immediately because they're non-conforming. But yes, we can figure out a way if that
The
is.
reason I'm saying, 'cause some of those lots already have plumbing in them and everything else, and if a person could have a
Right.
slab, Mike, we're not talking about throwing a house up there, I'm saying putting a slab down, have the stipulations, well, this is what has to be done if you're gonna do it.
Right.
Not just throw Popeye and Olive Oil house up there.
Yeah, well, and you kind of mentioned, you didn't say it specifically, but, we've talked about tiny homes a little bit and code enforcement, and there's some code issues with those depending on the size. But
Right.
so, in short, yes, it's not necessarily a simple process, but there is a mechanism, we can pursue it. I mean,
Could you help me in that, or so we can get together?
absolutely,
Because I
yeah,
think that's gonna help a lot
Yeah.
of people. Because a lot of those homes are vacant because no one can build on them. They may have bought them and thought they could use them. Now they say, oh man, I gotta go through all that.
I mean, the Sunnyside edition has been talked about a lot, since I came on, just what little bit I've been here. I do think there needs to be kind of someone with a plan, with a good plan, even the infrastructure over there. Looking at the streets, they've got odd shaped curbs. I know CDGB had done, Jimmy had put in some driveway modifications to help, but you can't spot repair them anymore because the curbs are a trough.
Yeah.
So anything you do driveway wise, you're without putting a pipe in the curb. Anyway, so it's got some issues. I would love to address it, a large scale plan with the infrastructure. But, you're talking about some major money. So, and I don't know what sources are really available right now, it would, I don't know. But I'm all for a plan long-term so we can put a master plan together to deal with drainage, the use, and do what we can, Jacksonville's who we are. I mean, let's provide quality, affordable housing and stuff and do what we can to clean it
What
up.
was that, Susan, you said it can be done, what was it?
It can either be done as a PUD or an affordable housing, an AHOD, Affordable Housing Overlay District.
So something like that.
Yeah, an overlay district essentially is a zoning on top of our standard zoning
Right.
that we put special conditions with. And that either mechanism could work. But yeah, getting everybody on board is a big part of that.
Yeah, I think it'd be, like Bishop Bolden's, I think it'd be something good to look into.
Absolutely.
We talked about the small houses, because some of these lots, like this one here, 55 by 90.
Right.
I mean, 55 feet across the front by 90.
Yeah.
I mean, you can figure that out. Divided by 43,560 is 0.11 tenths of an acre, which is not very big to build on when you have a 35-foot or 20-foot setback.
Right.
I mean, that's explaining it, it's real estate to me. To everybody else, it's, who knows, it's numbers. But I'm just saying, I thought about the tiny homes because a lot of these people are doing 500 or 600 square foot. And like Bishop Bolden said, all the utilities and everything are already there, which is a huge savings for people.
Right.
City sewer, city water, gas, electric makes it very affordable.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I'd like to be involved in this.
Yeah. Okay. Well, y'all have to allow me to work on, I'm not asking to sell them, just asking to get with Stephanie and.
He's talking about selling, I'm talking about revitalizing.
Well, the city
Forming another
council.
subcommittee.
Yeah, to make sure we can sell. We gotta make sure we have clear title to all of them, or clear the title to make sure we can even do anything with them. That's what I'm asking for, so we know. And then the first ones I would wanna contact after we got a provision set up, Stephanie, and regulations, would be the owners that are beside them. that's probably been taken care of. That's,
So
was my thought.
I don't wanna get mixed up. He's talking about one thing, I'm talking about
Yeah.
owners utilizing the
Yes.
property.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, there's several components there. There's, yeah, getting rid of the city's property, that, excess property that we don't really need to pay to mow. There's revitalization, and then there's infrastructure. So there's several points there. If someone had some pretty good vision to put together, at least maybe we could put a mechanism, and then you can start looking for funding. Either through, I know we use CDGB for some small ticket items over there, but maybe there's some bigger pots of money for infrastructure improvements, drainage, and things like that we can look
The reason I
for.
brought that up, because I know I've talked to some people who have these modular homes.
Yes.
And they say if you own a lot and a deed, you can purchase the home. But if you own a lot and a deed in Sunnyside, it's not authorized to put one of those homes over there.
Right.
On the slab. So if we can get it where it's stipulated for that, if they go to one of those places, those people finance it for them,
Yeah.
put them a nice home on that property.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, Councilmember Bolden, were you asking for a subcommittee for this, or were you just wanting to
Just to
be?
clarify, you're perfectly correct.
Okay. So I have Mike Dietz,
in.
Bishop,
Okay.
Sansing,
Count me in.
Barbara, okay. Kevin, okay. And Adam.
And we'd like for Adam to be there because of his knowledge and wisdom.
Well, and we'll get Manny and Melissa involved as
No,
needed
no.
too, so. No, I'm glad, like I said, that area has been discussed since I've been here, so I'm excited.
I do have a copy of the lots we own.
Oh, wow.
Sunnyside yellow, so we never really could.
Well,
figure it out.
and just so you know, I have a master map of the city
Yeah.
that a few months ago, I actually put all the city lots that we own, got them shaded in parcels and stuff, so if somebody needs a different format printed out,
I want to see that.
you got it.
Okay, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Adam. All right, any other discussion on that? If not, any announcements, anything going on you want to share? I've got one announcement, unless there's anything else.
Yeah, municipal league.
The Municipal League is just coming Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, their conference.
Is it in town?
What's that?
Is it here?
Little Rock.
Jeff, I do have one, Mr. Mayor and everybody. We talked about it early last year, but I think we need to start looking at the VBROs and the weekly rentals and come up with some guidelines. I am working right now with a city council member, Debbie Ross in North Little Rock, who they've been dealing on it for 8 months, and they've issued permits, and I have she's doing the guidelines. I'm allowing her to do the footwork and their attorney, and then hopefully we're gonna jump on it. But they're issuing permits so they know where they're at. They had issued, I forget how many permits, they stopped them in November for December, and there was already 50 people that had VBROs that weren't registered, and they had already passed their allotment originally of 75. And she said there was a lot of them showing up in neighborhoods, and it's really causing a lot of problems, disturbances and stuff. They're getting people in and out. And I just think it's something that we need to go ahead and get ready for because it's coming. Yep. Short-term rentals and VBROs, it's coming, and I think it's going to become a big problem if we don't get ahead of it fast.
I've got one announcement, if y'all will indulge me. I've had several people ask me if I was going to do this or not. I had not decided if I even wanted the position filled or not, but I am going to. And so I was asked about vice mayor, and if I was going to name a vice mayor, choose one. And I've had several recommendations for this, and going to make a little bit of history by finding out if the first female vice mayor in Jacksonville will be willing to accept that. And Mary Twitty, would you be willing to be vice mayor, serve as vice mayor?
So moved. All in favor?
Yes, I will.
Thank you very much.
Bravo, bravo.
With that being said, Kevin, you about to say something?
Yeah, before you adjourn, to pick on Mr. Whitlow again. Just garbage, sanitation truck. Could you give us just a little quick about like not having a truck or down a truck or a broken truck?
Oh, yeah, I can give you, I
We had one blow up.
can give you a lot.
Just a little bit, so we be like transparent in the city so people know like if the trash doesn't get picked up and the reason why, so we'll stay out of it.
So let's start with hopefully the good news is by tomorrow, by the end of the day tomorrow, we should be back to normal. We normally Christmas is a pretty tough time. Now I'm speaking from, I've got my earful from Jimmy, so I speak with a little bit of intelligence on this. Normally Christmas time is pretty overwhelming anyway for sanitation because of holiday schedules and we typically run a 4-day sanitation schedule, gives us a fluff day and to accommodate holidays. And Christmas is always busy, a lot of reruns. We try to do reruns for extra garbage for free, try to accommodate the citizens. We have three regular garbage trucks en route. Perfect working conditions, we have a backup for every truck. So we have 3 backups. That's how undependable these trucks are. It's just such a bad environment. Trash, fluids, whatever you can imagine. There's a lot of maintenance downtime. So as most everybody know, a month or 2 back, we had one literally burned to the ground. No one's really sure why. The best we can understand was some faulty wiring or something, but it was on our cab overs, and it was unsalvageable. By the time the fire department got there, it done unrecognizable. So, we had at the time 2 garbage trucks ordered. Those were 2 years out. So it's not like a system where you can just run down the road and get a garbage truck. We did talk to our vendors, and we got that schedule moved up substantially. So we've got one hopefully being delivered in February. So we had to take a slightly different version of what we wanted. Basically, it's a standard left-hand drive instead of a right-hand drive. It's the only difference but they're accelerating that. So there's problem 1. Well, we're a truck down, then something small goes out on one. Well, then it's down. Then another one goes down. We had to pull our rear load truck that sits in our recycle. We use it strictly for recycle. We put plastics in it. This is the old rear load truck where you got guys on the side, throwing trash. We had to pull it out in circulation. And then it goes down. It had the tipper blows out. So we were down to 2 trucks. So we was literally kind of running a double shift, night crew. Problem is the landfill doesn't stay open all night. So we have to run the 2 people until they pack out. Anyway, so, and this is just a few days time, it swarms on you. But our guys have been completely on top of it, as much as they could be. I mean, you can do all you can do. There's nothing to rent. There's nothing to, we are hoping to get a borrow demo truck from River City towards the end of this month to get us a little bit more breathing room, to get our mechanics time to really go through these things and get them back up and running. But as of today, the last I heard is tomorrow we should be caught up on our schedules, starting next week, a normal schedule. But anyway, no problem. Yeah.
Commend you guys for working through a tough situation.
According to my supervisor and foreman, the guys have really stepped up. We've had to rely on a temp service to pull in extra guys to sling garbage on the rear load. We've had real good response out of the temp service we use. It's worked out. I mean, I hope it never gets this bad again. Of course, there's been a lot of change in Public Works with Jimmy gone. The previous sanitation superintendent moved over as our assistant Public Works director. So, there's a lot of change, and then all this hits. So they've kind of hopefully seen it at our worst, and it just gets better.
Thank you for the clarification.
Sure.
I know sometimes letting people know ahead of time what's going on.
Well,
You and the guys, we got to speak for everyone up here, that you guys do a phenomenal job. I just want to means you and your guys.
Well, I'll be honest with you, I have very little to do with it. All I can do as new as I am is kind of give the guys support and make sure we got a budget to where if they need to spend a little extra money for a tipper on a truck we didn't expect to rehab, that they got it. So, we've got it done, and morale stayed pretty high. A round or two of donuts goes a long way, so, we do what we can.
Well, Adam, another thing y'all did great, I sent a picture to Mary, and y'all had trucks out there, or bins out there where people could come by and throw their trash in boxes.
Yes.
At Christmas and the day after, when you weren't open, which was very great
Yes.
of y'all to do that. We appreciate you very much for doing that.
Well, and it's, we do what we can. It's nice to have the recycle center open on Saturdays. That's a nice service too. But instead of bins, it was actually supposed to be the rear load truck was sitting out there, and it wouldn't start. Well, that's the one we had to dig out to run our third route. So
Hey, great job.
anyway, thanks guys.
All right, entertain a motion to adjourn. So moved. Second. We're adjourned.